I was part of a group exhibition and I was the only Pacific designer in there. And I was right next to Dior and Vivienne Westwood and Christian Lacroix and so forth and so forth. Being the first is a real honour because it's the beginning of presenting the diversity of this award and also the multidimensionality of it. From a Samoan context, whawhawhinga is such a broad term that encompasses all of the queer brothers and sisters that I've come to know in my life, but also in my career. In the earlier days, fashion and art were still very separate. Fashion was telling me that I was too art, and art was telling me that I was too fashion. That forced me ultimately to become more independent and resourceful, to also trust in what I was doing, developing a new language, a visual language actually, that they both could understand. What fascinated me with haute couture designers was that they were celebrating their own unique identity in their whakapapa. And that was something that I was really obsessed with because of my whawhawhinga-ness. Was like, where do I belong? Who am I? What's my mum? Who's my dad? It was that kind of conversation that was at the forefront. What would it look like for a Pacific couture house where our identity was celebrated? I was always fascinated in owning my own identity, owning my own story, but also protecting it with a vengeance.
You know, I don't think anyone has ever seen anyone like Lindah Lepou, ever. Lindah has always been very multi-dimensional, but she's always been 50 years ahead of her time in terms of what she's done. People like Lindah, they've fought extremely hard for this generation and future generations. I really always reminisce and think about Lindah Lepou in the 90s and the first ever whakawahine, whawhawhine pop group, Pure Funk. The impact that she's had on not only just the arts community, but the queer community as well.
This starts off with you, Lindah, and then over the next 10 years, we develop a world-class group of queer artists.
Without art, we're fucked, basically.